Picture a hillside in ancient Galilee, bathed in the warm light of the Middle Eastern sun, offering a radical vision for a life centered on God's kingdom. These were not just words for that specific crowd on that specific day. They were timeless principles intended to guide humanity across generations, revealing a path of righteousness, humility, and profound love that continues to resonate with us today. One of the most piercing lessons from this sermon directly confronts the human tendency to criticize others. Imagine a person pointing an accusing finger, ready to highlight a tiny speck of dust in someone else's eye, yet they are completely oblivious to the massive wooden beam protruding from their own. Jesus teaches that our first responsibility is introspection and personal transformation. Before we can offer genuine help or guidance to anyone else, we must first deal with the plank in our own eye. This calls for a posture of humility, self-awareness, and grace. Following this call to self-examination, Jesus presents a crucial choice about the direction of our lives. He speaks of two gates, each leading to a different destiny. This path is easy and broad, but it leads to a dark and desolate road ending in destruction. This path, though traveled by few, opens up to a bright and beautiful road. This powerful metaphor serves as a life lesson on the importance of intentional living. The easy way, the popular way, is often not the right way. The path of genuine faith demands discipline, discernment, and a conscious choice to follow a narrower road that aligns with divine principles. Within these teachings lies a critical warning about spiritual deception. Jesus cautions his listeners to be wary of false prophets who come in disguise. We see a vivid depiction of this danger: a wolf cleverly cloaked in the fleece of a sheep, mingling among an unsuspecting flock. On the surface, it looks just like one of them, harmless and gentle. However, its true nature is predatory and destructive. This symbolizes how false teachers can appear righteous and appealing, using words of peace and wisdom to lead people astray. Jesus provides the key to identifying them. By their fruit, you will recognize them. We are urged to look beyond charming words and outward appearances, examining the actual character, actions, and the spiritual outcome of their influence to discern truth from falsehood. The sermon culminates with a final, powerful parable about the foundation of our lives. We see two houses built in contrasting locations. One builder, representing the wise person who hears and acts on Jesus' words, constructs his house on a solid rock. When a furious storm unleashes its wind and rain, the house stands firm, unshaken by the tempest. In a parallel scene, another builder, representing the foolish person who hears but ignores the teachings, erects his house on shifting sand. When the same storm hits, the foundation gives way, and the house collapses into a pile of ruin. The lesson is clear and absolute. A life built on the fleeting trends and empty philosophies of the world is destined to fail under pressure. The lessons from the Sermon on the Mount are not just ancient words. They are living principles that challenge us to build our lives on a foundation that will last forever. The choice, as always, is ours.